Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We'll get started shortly. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Kawisi, welcome. We'll get started shortly, guys. Hey, Terry, welcome, Terry. We'll get started shortly. This evening is, we'll go over stocks, options, and ETFs, stocks, options, and ETFs. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Charity, welcome, Charity, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. We're going to go over stocks, options, and ETFs this evening. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Shanette, welcome, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Stocks, options, and ETF. We might spend some time on the Forex market too. Hey, Gerald, welcome.
Matt Frazier, a 2-year veteran of Tulsa Homicide, will lead.
We'll get started shortly, guys. stocks, options, and ETFs. Hey, Stella, welcome. We'll get started shortly, guys. We're starting to see a move in the dollar again. The dollar. I know this is stocks, but a lot of activity in Forex, so we'll spend a little time on that. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my trading screen here. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so you guys should see my screen, right? Monster Market Tracker. If not, just let me know. All right. So market's been consolidating, right? I'm still in the markdown phase, but it's been consolidating for all week, right? But we actually saw some selling came in today. All right. On mainly the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. All right. A little bit in the Russell. So here's the price action here. All right. Here's the price action here. Here is the consolidation right in here. All right. That we've been having. It's been a difficult market for equities. But here was the previous sell short signal right here. And last week going into this week, we've had just up and down movement. All right. So here is resistance. Every candle here is a day's worth of data. So just really consolidation right in here. We were hoping that we could get some buying come in, right, and perhaps move higher, but sellers came in today. Hey, Zaire, welcome. Hey, Chris, welcome. All right, sellers came in today in a big way, and so it looks like we could see selling continue. We'll see what happens tomorrow and into next week, but we could see some more selling come in. All right. So we're still in the markdown phase in equities. All right, still in the markdown phase in equities. Very tricky market for stocks. All right. Let's see here. And so that's the Dow. The S&P looks very similar, right? Here's the S&P here. All right. So clearly a markdown phase, right? Right. So kind of like this action right here is what we're seeing here. This action right here is what we're seeing here. So expect selling to continue in the equity markets. All right. Like I said, clearly in the markdown phase. The VIX is moving higher again. All right. The VIX is moving higher. So we are back. We got down as low as 23 on the VIX. Hey, Peter, welcome. All right, we got down to 23 on the VIX, moved up higher. We're back at 26, and looks like we could move higher. All right, but the big news is we got some big, we got big candles today on the Dow, right? So a big selling came in today on the Dow. All right. The S&P right here. All right. right here, and the NASDAQ. All right, so we're in the markdown phase. So whenever we got selling resume like this in the markdown phase, we've got to pay attention, okay, to that. All right. I don't want to spend, we've got this, I wouldn't pay a lot of attention to what's going on here. This movement here was based on the market trying to hold right here, these buyers trying to hold right here. We're starting to see some movement in the sectors, but I'll pay closer attention to this right here. The only play, I don't know if you guys looked at crude oil today, but crude was up 121 when I last took a look at it. All right, so that is high, right? That is really high. I think the last time crude was that high was 2006, 2007, right before the crash of 2008. All right. And the thing about crude is that it really does signal a recession. Now, I don't get into any of that, right? Doesn't matter. We just trade the price, right? But if you guys are going to go long, right? If you're going to go long, now, those of you that are savvy, right? You could definitely look for, start looking for puts. All right, start looking for puts. But I would just be very, very careful. If you want to go long, based on what crude is doing, all for the last, I would say 6 months or so, we've seen movement, solid buying in crude. Right, we've seen solid buying in crude. Here is crude right here. We've seen solid buying in crude, and that's continuing. So if you guys wanted to take a position, you could look for energy, right? So energy stocks. So here is stock boss right here. All right, here are some energy stocks right here. That's moving higher. I would be careful as far as healthcare and technology, but energy, you might find some opportunities in energy, but keep in mind with the way the market is going, you just want to be careful. All right. We've seen some opportunities in stock boss, some cheap opportunities in stock boss for energy stocks, and I'll open up the floor in a minute. But Bullmaster, it looks like Bullmaster has more opportunities, but these stocks here in Bullmaster with Heat Seeker, they're a bit more expensive, but I do like the movement. If you guys look here, I'll just go through a few of them. Just nice trading opportunities in, hey, Gary, welcome. In energy stocks. Okay, so if you're going to go long this market, right, the only play where you really could see some real opportunities is in energy. All right, so let me just go through a few of these here. So a lot of these are in the markup phase, solid in the markup reaccumulation phase. All right, and with crude at 21, all right, we don't know how long it will stay there, but boy, that's a 121 is a big move. It was right around 117 for a while. All right, so yeah, look at that right here. All right, so pretty decent moves, but again, these are long, and this market is in the markdown phase, so be careful. Okay. All right. I want to spend the dollar. All right. So keep an eye on the dollar index. It's moving higher again. All right. So we are breaking. You guys know we had traded this and we got a pullback. We did really well, got a pullback, got out of positions, but now the dollar is moving again, retesting resistance right here. All right, so that's good. That's good for us. So we could see a move higher in the dollar. All right, so that's good for us. Not a lot of opportunities in equities, quite honestly, right? We don't have a lot of opportunities in equities. It's going to be difficult. All right. Hey, Chorus, welcome. Hey, Corey, welcome. So the big move has been in Forex. So we'll continue to put a lot of focus on that. Again, if you guys are going to trade, if you're going to trade equities, just be careful. All right. So I'm going to open the floor. Any questions you guys have? Any symbols you want to take a look at? Any ideas that you might have?
Hey, David, you know how you talked about the yen pair, where the British pound, the British pound and yen, where it goes, typically the other yen pairs tend to follow, similar to like crypto, where Bitcoin goes, other cryptos tend to follow. Where in dollar pairs is that pace setter? Who is that pace setter? Dollar pairs.
Okay, so your question is, Gerald, what the correlation? You want to know what correlation?
Yeah, what's the correlation? Yeah, typically, because you brought it up, I think a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago, where the pound, typically where it goes, the other yen tend to follow, and similar to that of Bitcoin and the crypto market. And I was just curious, in the dollar pairs, is there any type of pace set or somebody that a pair that gets out and the others tend to follow after?
Okay. All right. Normally, right, what will happen, these pairs here, so in Monster Scalper, the Aussie Kiwi pair and yen pairs, they kind of go together. All right. So they're all part of that Asian market. So that opens up around, 7:30, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right? So our time here in Orlando, Florida. And then the dollar pairs, usually the dollar, euro, and pound pairs down here will go together. All right.
Okay.
But sometimes they'll just do their own thing. Right now, if you notice, the whole group, it's all blue, right? So they're all moving up. No real selling except for the Kiwi pairs here. All right. So, but normally there's a correlation. These will go, when these go up, these will go down. All right. So you guys know with the pound pairs, we've been riding the yen pairs for almost, I would say almost 3 weeks, 3 weeks now. All right, going into a month. And I'm really proud of all you guys that took opportunities and got in, even if you got in late, right? You didn't catch the opportunities on the 240. You caught some opportunities on the 30-minute. All right, so that's really good. Keep working that out. Okay. But we are starting to see a rotation. All right. So Gerald, to your question, the rotation we are watching or anticipating is the dollar. All right. And there is a pretty good correlation with the dollar index. All right. So the DXY, all right, and the dollar pairs. So we saw big moves today, started yesterday and continue today. We've got several buy signals on the dollar pairs. Okay, and I know this is the equities class, but there isn't a lot to do in equities right now, right? I mean, I can't really encourage to get long aggressively with a market like this. All right, and puts and shorts are very difficult. All right, so and the bottom line is all the action that we've seen in the last 2 or 3 weeks has been in Forex, and in particular the yen pairs. Okay, so a lot of the yen pairs, I mean, we send out the numbers on the amount of pips, and it's just been amazing pips, right? But eventually these will close, the yen pairs will close. All right, and don't close them yet. If you got out on a sell signal on the 30-minute, yes, you want to get out. On the 240, they've retraced a bit, but stay with them. But the next rotation we are watching, all right, and you guys want to be in this rotation, because if the dollar index, if this really makes a move higher, all right, and it's testing that resistance right now, we could see those dollar pairs. Here it is right now. All right, so it pulled back all the way down here to 101. Actually got down a little further, 101.28. And right now it's at 103, right? It had made a high. It had made a high right up here at 104.996. So it's moving higher again. So we're starting to see some movement, buy signals. Let's just go through a few of these. So USD, SGD, right? Buy signal here, moving higher here. All right. USD, SEK, buy signal here. Perfect buy signal on this break of resistance. Nice pullback. That's what we want, right? That's that markdown phase accumulation. So you guys can see what's happening here. There's another one right here. Nice pull. Look at that. That's what we want. Markdown phase, accumulation, perfect buy signal on this big break of resistance. Price is moving higher. So we are definitely seeing a consistent move in the dollar pairs, guys. Here's another one here, markdown phase, accumulation, buy signal here, break up this resistance. Price is moving higher, getting into that markup phase. All right, this one right here, USD MXN, no buy signal yet, but guess what? It is definitely setting up. All right, so those of you who missed the previous run in the 240, all right, on the yen pairs, you definitely don't want to miss this run. No guarantee they'll continue running, but guess what? They're setting up perfectly. All right, USD DKK, nice pullback. All right, break of resistance right here. We've got a buy signal here. Buyers are coming in. That's what we want. All right. So they're all setting up nicely. Okay. And the encouraging thing is that here, the dollar index, all right, right here is moving higher. Okay, so Gerald, that's the best correlation we have. So the yen pairs, right? We want to be in those, still in those. They've moved up quite a bit. Okay, so expect some accumulation, consolidation, but don't give up on them, right? We could have where both the yen pairs and the dollar pairs move higher and continue to move, right? It doesn't happen a lot, but you know, it can happen. All right, it can happen. Any other questions? Good question, Gerald. Any other questions? Any other questions or concerns or ideas?
David, look at BAC and H on the H1.
Okay, that's Bank of America, right? Is that Bank of
Yeah.
America? Okay, BAC.
I'm in it with a put. Well, I close out one, but I'm waiting. I'm wondering if it think it will go back down to like 33.
Okay. All right. Where did it close today? It closed at 34. Let's get more data. Are you in it yet, Zaire?
Yeah, I'm in it. Like I said, I closed out a couple positions successfully, but I
Okay.
have like one more waiting for tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it back down to 33 to get out.
Your target is 33. Okay, let's take a look. RSI. All right, we're bringing our short signals. Well, it looks good so far. All right. Okay. So on the you're looking at the all right, the 240. Okay. Here was the previous short. Zaire on the 240 at 39, closed at 36. This looks very similar to the equity, to the Dow chart, but this is a 240. So here we had buyers came in, right? Looking to test this resistance here, failed, broke support. We've got sellers coming in here. All right, so perfect setup on the 240, right? You don't have a sell short signal yet, but that's okay. All right, it should come soon. It's not oversold yet, right? It doesn't look like this or like this on the 240, so it's not oversold yet. Today would have been a great day to get in. You're already in, so that's good. Target 33 as a target. Let's see, you've got some support. Hold on one second. Let's see. You've got some support. Okay, yeah, we need more data here. All right. So 33. This is a weekly. All right, so you should be good, right? We've got pretty good support right here. If you guys look here, right, this line here is 32. All right, so you've got previous resistance is now support. So right here, all right, right here. All right, we'll count this here. All right. So, and here it came down, Zaire, right here. So it looks really good. I would put on hey Eric, welcome. I would put on, look at trade it on the 240. All right. Perfect setup on the 240. But just watch it on the I would put a weekly. Okay. You've got a sell short signal right here. Sellers are in control, right? Look at that. All right. Clearly in that markdown phase. All right, lower highs. Okay, lower highs. So here is 32. You might definitely do better than 33. All right, if it really breaks down, right? If it really breaks down, you could get down in this area in here. Okay, but it's not oversold yet. So you could get it where the price really moves down and you get into oversold territory, kind of like over here. Okay, so 33, that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, does that help?
Yes, thank you so much, David.
You're welcome. Yeah, so yeah, good job, good entry.
Thank you.
And if the markets continue, I would watch the indexes close. See how things open up tomorrow. Look at the futures. Right now the futures are up flat, but they're slightly up. All right. Any other trades?
Hey David, it's Chris. Just a question on the JPY. I know you we had talked and you mentioned that sometimes they possibly run for up to 30 days. Sometimes, I mean, no one really knows, but it looks like it was 2015 the last time the prices kind of were up to this area. So is that I'm just curious to, as you know, why they typically run for that long, and then if 2015 has anything relevant to do with today, or strictly just the charts.
Oh, okay. When you say 2015,
the year basically, just looking back at most of the JPYs, like,
oh, okay.
I haven't seen these prices, I've not seen these types of prices since, you know, that range, 2015 range.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good question, Chris. Keep in mind, guys, when we trade, so here was when we trade on the 240, when we catch a trend, they will normally last. Now, that's not a guarantee that this will happen, but when they trend, on average, they will last for about 30 days. All right. Sometimes they'll, you know, the trend might last, it might not, it might last a few weeks. All right. But when we catch a trend, on the 240, it will normally hold, that time frame will normally hold your position for about a month. We've seen it where it's gone 5 weeks, 6 weeks, but on average a month. So as an example, let's see here. Let's take a look at CAD yen. CAD yen started its run on 529. All right, 529. And what's today? Today is the 9th. So if it continues to run, you've got another couple of weeks, right? You've got a week, couple of weeks. Why I say that, right? Normally that's what happens. So for traders, I know sometimes on the 240 we can get, it's hard to be patient, right? And let the trade develop. So when you anticipate that, it can stay for a month, understand that on a 30-minute time frame, so all the time frames will stay in the trade for different times. So a 30-minute time frame, at the most you might get 2 days out of it, right? 3 days if you're really lucky, if it really catches a trend. All right. But usually, you know, a day, right? 240, it's definitely going to stay in a lot longer, and daily, you know, we're talking months, weeks and months at a time. Hey, Eric, go ahead. You have a question? Does that help, Chris? Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. Hey, Eric, go ahead, bud.
Thank you, sir. I had a question. I was looking at for stocks. That is, I was looking at RCL.
What is it?
Yeah,
RCO
Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, RCL.
or RCL?
They
All right. You've traded this before, right, Eric?
yeah, it had its positive bounce after it was very oversold, so I got out of it.
Mhm.
And then 2 days ago, I noticed that the momentum started looking bearish again. So I re-entered, and I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I was kind of following the trend. I wasn't just too eager to watch this one suffer again.
All right. What time frame are you trading it on?
I usually use the daily and the 4 hour.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna short that stock tomorrow. We're at support.
Peter, you love this one too, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since he mentioned it, I was paying attention to that stock.
All right, let's take a look here. All right. A little late on the 240, okay. Even on the daily. Oh, I wish we had seen this earlier. All right, so let's take a look at it here. Eric, are you in it at all? Are you in it?
Yes, sir. I got in it yesterday.
What was your price?
50
55.
Hold on, I'm trying to, I don't want to guess, but because my computer's upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about that.
Yeah, but 55 was that was yesterday. This is today's price action. So
Yeah,
if you
it
got in
dropped.
yesterday, yeah. Keep in mind 55, right? 55 is right here on the 240. So this is the 240, this is the daily. Yeah. So here was our sell short signal on the 240 on a break of this support right here. Here was the sell short signal, okay, on the daily. It is a bit extended, all right. It's not quite oversold yet. It was oversold here. It's not oversold yet here. It was oversold here. It's not oversold here yet. But if you're trading it under 240, it's extended. All right. So I would try to, just be, you might want to put it on a 30-minute time frame. All right, or 60-minute. 60 usually works better for equities. And just watch it closely because it is extended. That doesn't mean it can't go lower, but you entered here. Ideally, here would have been perfect, right around 77, 75, 77. Here's 75 right here. All right, 75 is right here, right? Here was our sell short signal, and then you got in right here at around 55. So, just know that buyers can come in, okay, at any time. Let's take a quick look at the weekly to see. Let's see here. So let's take a look at the weekly. On the weekly time frame. All right, so on the weekly, Eric, you've got support right here. You've got pretty good support, and that's at 46. Okay, so it's at 40, right here, 40, let's say 45 right here. And then here we are you're at 49. All right, so that doesn't mean it can't get, it can't, just watch it closely. I wouldn't leave it alone, right? Just watch it closely. Keep an eye on it. Because what could happen, you could get something like this. You could get very lucky, right? Especially if the equity markets really move down. The market, I think the Dow was down 600 points. So if the market really moves down, right, tomorrow and into next week, right, then you could get a push down like this, all right, get really oversold, all right. Just like Zaire, I would put up a weekly time frame. Okay, look at a weekly, and then your goal, right? What you want to see is you want the price to break this support, break that 45, right? Break that 45 price, right? And then get down in this territory here, and then you just want to take profits and get out quickly, okay? Because it could do this, could go back up like this here. All right, so you're late. Just know that you're late. So you've got to watch it and be quick.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
But good job. Good job. All right.
David, it's funny that he mentioned that because that's the exact trade I did on CCL, but I got out right at support. I'm like, I'm not going to play with it. Anything can happen tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it has the same stuff though for CCL.
Yeah, very similar. Very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar. Hey, Peter, did you have a question?
Can we look at the stock AR and Terra?
Okay. Boy, you guys are in these equity markets, I tell you. All this money in Forex. Peter, what is it again?
Oh, AR.
AR. All right, AR. What time frame?
240.
240. Okay. This is energy?
Yep.
All right, good job. All right, 240.
I added to my position. I think on Tuesday I got a little skittish and I pulled out on the Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So you're totally out of it?
No, I still have some shares.
Oh,
I
okay.
just added to it and then I pulled it out.
Oh, okay. All right, let's bring in our signals. All right, 1 second.
I was gonna hold the stock and then also sell call options against it
Okay.
for income.
Okay. Oh, what am I doing?
That's not a bad idea.
All right. Oh. Okay. All right. So just an awesome, we don't need this. Just an awesome week. Let's get off the weekly, put on a daily. All right, so here's a daily and the 240 right here. All right. And you in it now, Peter? What are you looking to do now?
I was looking to add in more positions because it broke resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw that it was overextended and starting to pull back. And then I just took my position off.
Yeah, it is not a bad idea. It is not that it can't go higher.
I was thinking if I let it pull back to the between the yellow support and resistance,
Mm-hmm.
that's where I should add, right? Because I wanted
You wanted to wait till it break the resistance again to act, right, David?
oh, that's what I did on Tuesday, but then it
But it
on
pulled
Wednesday
back on you.
pulling back against me, so I didn't want to lose any money, so I just pulled it out.
Okay, well, let's take a look at it. It's part of energy, right? And we know what's going on with crude oil, right? I
Yeah.
mentioned this at the opening, right? So crude oil is at 121, all right? And it's been holding over 100, right? So you could, that's a different kind of play here, right? So you've got some fundamentals, right? In your favor, okay? And guess what, right? It looks like that's where the money is going right now in energy, right? So they might, and guess what? This is making new highs, okay? So if it wasn't for that, I would say, hey, be careful, but you know, we've got some fundamentals, right? You've got, look here. So you've got, here's resistance, here is resistance, all right, right here. And the price keeps breaking resistance. We have no purpose support and resistance, so it's making higher highs. All right. It's gone from 20 right here, but $22 all the way to 46. Okay. Boy, if you can get if you can get a bounce of this moving average here, or even a bounce down to this support, your trading window is 240 down in this area in here, right? Get a white candle, Peter, a white candle, and then
Right.
get a green candle. Boy, you know, you're doing good. Okay. With the fundamentals that you've got right now with crude oil, that it can go much higher. Okay, it can go much higher. If it wasn't for that, right, I would say no, right? Because we overbought, overbought, overbought. But look here, we've been overbought before. It continued to move higher, right? We've been overbought here before, right? It continues to move higher because you've got all that good fundamentals. Okay. I would take a look at like we've done with the others, look at a longer time frame, Peter. So let's see where it could possibly go. All right. So there's no selling, real selling coming in. All right, we had a little bit here, but that didn't last long. All right, where's my cursor? All right, so they're definitely holding this. So let's take a look at a weekly time. Look at that weekly, my goodness. Let's do a monthly. All right, so on a monthly, we can see where the high on the monthly, is this the all-time high? Let's do 50. All right, so it looks like this stock came out in 2014. Let's see here. Peter, the high is 65, 68. You're right here. You could get a push. You could get a push higher. You're right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's very overbought.
No concern.
What's that?
Yeah, could you take a quick look at XOP? That's the I follow that.
XLP,
Yeah, XOP.
XOP.
Bro.
Okay, okay, yeah, the
Bro.
XOP. Okay,
I usually put that side by side
side by
against.
side. Yeah, XOP. All right. So all right, here is the daily. All right.
I was just concerned that it's so far away from the moving average that's in space.
Yeah.
So
You know, with crude at 121, you know, crazy times. XOP, all right, looks very similar, doesn't it? Yeah, looks very similar. So, you know, you could get a bit of a pullback, but yours, it's trending, Peter. It's trending. So I
the
would
fact that
just
there's not a lot of yellow support and resistance, that's a good sign, right?
Mhm.
Not much. Is that a good sign?
Yeah, on which, on what? On which?
Both on both
Well,
right now.
yeah, so the spiders here, I mean yeah, yours is a lot smoother. Your stock looks better than this.
Okay.
Yeah, your stock looks much better. It's trending up, buyers are in. And that doesn't mean, what's the symbol again? Is it, what was it again? The symbol.
AR.
What is it, Peter?
AR.
AR.
Alpha Romeo.
Yeah, AR. Okay, here it is. So yeah, look, right, we have on the daily, and you could even actually, I mean, you could put it, you could move it on the daily. You could do the 240 and the daily, but yeah, they're holding. Look here, buyers are still in control, right? They're holding. I would wait, I would watch for this area here. If you want to watch it on the daily, right? Here is support, here is resistance here. Yeah, you've got yellow support and resistance, so that is good, right? Yellow support and resistance. Look for it to break 46.66. I would really watch it closely, but you could get another move. It could keep moving higher, right? And from here to here, from 21 to where it is, it's not a big move, right? Even for a stock, it's just doubled. All right. And it's still inexpensive, right? So it's only 46. So they could really pile in it. All right. But you've got some fundamentals. Your fundamental, this is this is going against the overall market. All right. And all these energy stocks are going against the overall market. So you could hold it. You could hold it.
When you say it's a signal for a recession, does that mean like it will continue? Energy will continue to do well in recession?
Yeah. Yeah, we could see energy. I mean, who knows, right?
You look around 2007, 2008, like the housing crisis, like energy prices, or at least crude anyway, it was at a record. Like crude prices aren't even as high as they were back then at that time.
Yeah. So
I remember in the past it was at $4 and it felt it too.
Yeah.
And now it's back up crazy. Okay.
Yeah, it's so our job, hey, we can't change what's out there, right? Our job is to there is opportunity, you know, there's, as a matter of fact, when it gets like this is when we do really well as traders, because we get volatility in the markets, we get movements in the markets. Okay, so we can't change the world. All right, but what we can do is stay focused, find where the opportunities are. All right, and we'll see those opportunities because we watch every single market. And you know, I've been telling you guys Forex, but I'm glad you guys are looking at opportunities like this also. Okay, because there are tons of opportunities. Okay, so yes, crude oil is at 121, and that's crazy to think that it's at 121 a gallon. Right, I filled up my tank today. It was I paid $77 to fill up. All right, and I have a you know, a little sports car. All right, and that's crazy, but let's make money out of it. Let's take this, let's just make money, right? Let's use these opportunities to make money. And then so then the gas prices don't bother us as much. All right, so good job, Peter, good job here. Hey, Zaire, did you have a question?
Yeah, if you
Or
get a
comment?
chance, you look at the USD CHF, it's kind of, I mean, it looks okay, but I just want to know because I'm trying to stick with it.
Okay, USD CHF. Okay, and you in it, Zaire, on the 240 or the 30?
Yeah, 240.
Okay, 240. Where did you get in? What price? Do you remember?
No, I
Okay.
just got in after that sell signal closed.
Oh, after the sell short closed?
No, the buy signal.
Oh, right here after the buy
Yep.
signal. Oh, okay. So right in here. Okay. Okay. So you got in good entry. Just hold on to it. Okay. If you wanted to add, Zaire, you could add you can add a little bit. You can add some more. Okay. There are two areas where we can add. We can add on a pullback, right, to support or the moving average, or we can add on, that's a bit aggressive, right? If you want to add on a safer area to add would be on a break off or resistance. Okay, so you could definitely add it to that position. But yeah, this is a good trade. These dollar pairs, I think, right, I think, no guarantee, but I think the dollar pairs will become the next leading group. All right, I think so. If we can get in early and stay in the trades, right? And I send out a video message this morning on Stella. All right, and Stella did a great job staying in those trades, right, on the 30-minute. So really try, guys, to really learn to stay in these trades. Okay, that's when you make money, right? When we get in and out, we could take a great trade like this here, get in and out, and ruin a great trade. This is a great trade, but if we play with it, get in and out, then we can really mess it up. So Zaire, just stay with it. You can add a little bit more. You've been trading for a while, so you know how to do this. Just add a little bit more, but don't get out. Keep it on the 240. Don't put it on your on the 30. Just let it go. All right. And then look for other pairs.
Australia, like I think it's Australia USD. That one I was looking at it.
Oh, no, there's nothing here.
No, I had which one? I'm on my phone. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't do much with the yen pairs and the dollar pairs. We might see a move in the euro pairs, but what's really setting up are the dollar pairs next. All right. Anything else, Zaire? Does that help?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Eric, did you have another question?
Yes, sir, I did. I had another stock
Okay.
I wanted to ask about. I know it was getting kind of late.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, go ahead.
It is about NET, N-E-T.
M-E-T or N-E-T?
N as in Nancy.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Net. All right. What are you looking to do here?
This was another one I have short interest in. I was holding it since the white candle, and after earnings, when it dropped a ton, I sold it because I knew it was just going to consolidate. But I was looking at it today, and it looks like it wants to take another nosedive. But I didn't have a chance to get in.
Okay. So you're not in it at all?
No, sir. I was interested in getting in right before market closed, and I was trying to get my position together. It was like 357. But unfortunately, I didn't get to get in. But then I was like, let me just take a look, because if it wasn't worth it, then I can always wait.
Okay. I mean, let me ask, because these are options. So what are you looking to do with these? Are you looking for a quick move, or what?
I was looking for a break of support, and I think my target was, hold on, I have it here. My target was $38.
38.
What I was looking for to drop to.
Okay, but how long are you looking to hold your options?
Like a month and a half.
Okay, so we've got to work on your timing. Okay. Let's see here. And on the 240, right?
I was looking daily. Daily is where I saw it, because I know it was consolidating, just kind of just jumping back and forth. There wasn't really much going on.
Okay.
But
all right, we'll take a look at this. We'll finish with this one. We'll end with this. Pay close attention to your entries. Okay. Yeah.
Eric, you trade like me.
He sure does.
This, do you also short stocks as well?
No, I don't. I just use puts because I'm pretty good at manipulating the derivative, but I don't necessarily short it because I don't.
Because you mentioned your whole duration is about a month. Usually options deteriorate very quickly if you're holding long options for a month. So that's why shorting stocks, there's no time limit.
Yeah, no, you're right. But when you catch it as it falls below support, normally the momentum picks up and then the delta swells on you. And I kind of like that swelling.
You trade like me. Like I would use only put options right now if it's like there's momentum on it.
Yeah,
You can control like 1,000, 2,000 shares, but it's super risky to hold like a month and less.
Yeah, that's just the duration I pay for. Like I think it was the July 22nd was the contract I was trying to buy right before it closed, and it didn't work. Then the market ended up closing, so I wasn't able to get it.
Just to reduce your risk, you should do debit spreads, like buy a put, sell a put out of the money, just to help you control that risk.
Yeah, definitely. I do like that strategy a lot. And I was also looking at credits, out of the money credit spreads, but I didn't put that function on as well, because that's half the reason why I'm asking the question. I just wanted to make sure it's really doing a fall below support, and I'm not just anxious for another big payday like what I got before, you know?
Yeah, shorting a stock is so much more simpler. If you're trading like this, you do trade short the stock, and then from the momentums do the puts.
Yeah. Yes. Just looking at the price action. Remember, guys, when this is in the markdown phase, right? The further we get in the markdown phase, right? When we look to short, we want to short up in this area in here. Okay, once it gets down in this area here in that markdown phase, really low, look here, this is the daily, this is the 240. It becomes very risky. Think of it like a rubber band, right? Right, as the price falls, right? Okay, it gets extended, and that rubber, it's gonna bounce back, right? Every time it falls, guess what? Gets oversold, it's gonna bounce back. Okay, so ideally your short would be right here. All right, up in this area here on the 240. All right, down in this area here, look at all of this selling, all of this selling, all of this selling. All right, all of this selling here. We're trying to short here. It's just like if the stock, if it went up like this, and now we're trying to buy up in this area, it becomes, now we didn't buy down here, right? We didn't buy down here. We're buying it up here. It's the same thing. We're not
Okay.
short in here. We're looking to short down in this area here. It becomes very risky. Can it break down? Right, get into that redistribution phase and move lower? Absolutely. But just know that it becomes very, very risky, and your risk reward, not a very good risk reward. I want to show you guys before we leave. I want to show you guys the type of stocks we want to short, since we're talking about this. All right, so, and then we'll finish with this. Let's do this here. And when you guys look to short, look on the weekly time frame. Look on the weekly time frame first, and then bring it back. All right, so that I want you guys to see some opportunities here. All right, so because we're looking for opportunities way too late. All right. This right here, all right, here on a weekly time frame, look here, on a weekly time frame, here is all that selling, all right? So we're not selling, we're not going short, right? We're not going short when it's all the way down here, and that's the weekly, so the weekly is setting up. I just want to give you guys some ideas, okay, of when to look. That's gone. Right here, here's a weekly, right here, break of support right here on the weekly, break of support right here. That's very early, right? Here's our sell short signal right here. That was last week, it came in, and then this is this week right here, right? You got a lot of room. If you pull this back on a daily or even a 240, you'll see, right? You still have a lot of room. All right. And just go through a few, and I'm just randomly going through these. But see, that's gone. This is gone. It's too late. All right.
What was the ticker for the one you just showed that just broke last week?
This
that
one
looked
is
like
gone.
That looked like it was ready to perish.
Let's see here. Which one was that? This one right here. I don't like the volume. You see this, it doesn't have any volume. I'm just showing you guys some examples here. That one is gone. So when they're gone, look at that. There's nothing we can do here, right? Look at this. Here, we're talking buy. That's we should be looking at this, right? Getting ready, right? Right. Let it set up to go long again. All right. At some point in the future. This could be good, but it's dropped a bit there. All right. These are all shorts. This is gone. All right. This is a nice one here, right? Near that sell short signal. No, that's a weekly time frame now. All right, here is a nice one here. All right. All right, here's the sell short signal right here on the weekly. Sellers are coming in, right? That's a nice one right here, right? Not too bad, right? So guess what? This is what we want to look for. Here's that. Here is support, right? Here is, so try looking at these guys on look for your setups on the weekly. All right, so here is resistance, here is support. Guess what? Sell short signal right here. Sellers are coming in. It's looking to break support, right? So once it breaks support, here's our sell short signal. No selling yet. It's setting up. You guys see that? Right? There's no selling yet. It's setting up to break. Because remember, right, when we want the price to break support, that's when the sellers come in. Kind of like here, right? All right, here is resistance, here is support. Sell signal came in right here. Look what happened. All right, if we get in this area right here, it's too late. Because look what the price did. We want to get it right when it breaks support, near support on the weekly. All right, so that will help you time your other time frames. Okay, so we wanted to break support, sellers to come in, break support, get a sell short signal here, and this is the move we want. We want to get in, right? You see that, Eric?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, we want to get in before the move, right? If we get in during the move, all right, or even worse, we get in after the move, you know? So this right here, I know it's not a very pretty chart. It's not supposed to be pretty, right? We want all that consolidation, all that accumulation. We want it to break that support, and then we want this to follow. All right. All right, so let's see here if we have another. Right here, here's another one right here, right? Right here. Here's that consolidation. Here is that sellers are coming in, broke support is on the weekly now, all right? So if you wanted to do a longer, you wanted to do a month, you can do that, but you just got to get in earlier, Eric, earlier. So look here, right? Right, so look here, and we can actually go back.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
We can actually go back, but we'll stay with, okay, so we'll stay with these examples here. So here is the first example, all right? Here's the first short example here, right? Broke support, sell short signal right here. Red candles are coming in, sellers are coming in, right? We closed, we got out of that long position. Boom, there's your trade. Boom, right? First trade, first opportunity to short it. Second opportunity was right here. All right, sellers came in, sell short signal, right? Boom. Now you've got a third opportunity right here, and you early, look at this, right? Early, here's your sell short signal right here. Sellers are coming in. Guess what? There's a good chance that it's gonna do this, like this. That's
Yeah, but
where we want.
I'm surprised that that sell short signal didn't close out. It looked like it probably should have closed out when it went like when it
this one,
yeah,
this one here.
yeah.
Well, it never.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Yeah.
Well, it
Oh,
never
it never
got
broke that
above.
resistance.
It
Yeah.
never got above resistance. It never got above resistance.
Yeah. David, this one, that looks pretty good, man. I like that.
Yeah.
That consolidation. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Would you consider that an extension, David?
An extension?
Extension of what?
Because
What do you mean?
because the price, where the price, the sell shorts price and where it is now. Because there was a pullback. It looked like,
you're saying that it pulled back here?
yeah, and then where the price is right now, it's a different time. That's a weekly, so that's a different week.
Yeah, so
Same price.
yeah, so so if I'm looking at this right now, right? Forget about everything here, right? Forget about if I'm looking at it right now, I'm looking at, hey, boy, it's testing this support. And I wanted to break that support right here, just like it did here, just like it did here. And it has a history of when it breaks support, sellers really come in. All right. So it has a history just like here also, right? Every time it breaks support, right? No, they don't come in right away. There's a lot of accumulation, right? A lot of accumulation, but boy, they do come in, right? It has a nice history of really selling off, right? When the decision has been made by the sellers to short, okay? So they've done it here, they did it here, they did it here, and it's now setting up perfectly. Now, when we do this, guys, all we're looking for patterns, and we following, like the 4 market phases, following the systems. Okay, our job is to get this, is to do this. There's no guarantee. We do this. I mean, it can, we've seen it, right? It could go down, and then price can do whatever, but based on this, based on where we are, based on the sellers are coming in, they're testing. Look here, this is a pretty good area here. So if it breaks, and we'll end with this, if it breaks right here, look here, right? This is pretty, this was an area here of concern. Look at that. This was a sell short signal here. This was an area of concern. Here, we'll count this. This is an area of concern right here. This is an area of concern. This is an area of concern. This is an area of concern. Okay, so previous resistance, previous support, previous resistance, previous support, and here we are. Okay, so understand, once price gets out of that consolidation, gets out of that consolidation, that's a cue for sellers to come in or buyers to come in if we're going long. So if the price breaks this, guess what? That tells all the sellers, hey, now we are ready to go short, and they're going to go short and dump it. Our job is to find those setups.
I like it.
Okay.
Good teaching, good stuff.
Yeah. This is a great setup. This is a great setup. So you guys look, if you look on the weekly, you will be able to tell whether it's extended, and then you don't have to worry about the 240 and the daily. Okay, look at the weekly, and Peter, I know you do this very well. You look at the weekly. So pay attention to the weekly, but find where it's setting up. All right, if it's extended, find another one. Find where it's setting up perfectly, where it's breaking support, or whether it's getting ready to break support or just broke support. All right, guys, good class. I didn't think we would have enough information on equities tonight, but you guys surprised me. So have a good evening. We do not have a class tomorrow. All right, we'll have an advanced class next Friday. Sniper traders, be on the lookout for your alerts tomorrow. I have no idea what we'll be trading, but we'll get the data towards the end of the day. and we'll get it out to you guys. Those of you who are trading Forex, great job. I'm really proud of everyone who got in, made some money. That's the name of the game, right? Made some money in Forex. Keep on top of the yen pairs and start looking for opportunities in the dollar pairs. Okay, guys. I'm very proud of you guys. Good job. All right, take care, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Thank you, sir.